The Baltimore Orioles have been sold for $1.725 billion. Birdline, breaking news. I know you probably heard of it by now, but the Baltimore Orioles have been sold. The Angeloses are getting up out of there, and new ownership is taking over. And they're Baltimore born and bred. Birdland, what's going on? Back again with more Orioles coverage as we're getting ready for another baseball season as we're almost near spring training. God's favorite host back with more Orioles coverage. Breaking news on the Flex Zone. Had to drop some more information, give you some love, and drop those bombs on you because the Baltimore Orioles have been sold. Yes, ring the horns, ring the alarms. The Baltimore Orioles have been sold for $1.725 billion. This is from ESPN. John Angelos has agreed to sell the Baltimore Orioles to a group led by Carlyle Group Incorporated co-founder David Rubenstein, according to multiple reports on Tuesday. The transaction reportedly values the Orioles at $1.725 billion. $1.725 billion. Let me read that again. Rubenstein, a Baltimore native, reportedly will take over as the team's controlling owner. He has assembled an investment team that includes heirs, co-founder Michael Arougheti. Major League Baseball still must approve the sale. Owners are scheduled to meet next week in Florida and Orlando when it will be official owners' meetings. A sale must be approved in at least 75% by the 30 major league teams. The sale approval process typically lasts several months. The Angelos family had been in control of the Orioles since 1993, the year I was born, when Peter Angelos purchased the team for $173 million. So $173 million in, $1.725 billion out. Angelos' sons, John, has been named the team's chairman and managing partner since 2020 as Peter suffers from dementia. He is deteriorating in age. The Orioles recently finalized a deal with the Maryland Stadium Authority to remain at Camden Yards, as I did a video on, for the next 15 years, with a pass to expand to 30 years. So they're at least in Camden Yards until, what's that, 2039? So Rubenstein previously shown interest in buying the Washington Nationals. Prior to forming Carlisle in 1987, Rubenstein practiced law in Washington from 77 to 81. 1977 to 1981, he was a deputy assistant for domestic policy to President Jimmy Carter. After graduating from Duke in 1970, he attended the University of Chicago Law School, and the Orioles won 101 games last year, first in the American League, won the first title since 2014. Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, Jackson Holliday. We're trying to get our first World Series since 1983. The club's payroll has remained low. The question is, will he spend money? So that's pretty much that. That's pretty much the main aspect of it. The Orioles have been sold. The Orioles have officially been sold. The John Angelos, Peter Angelos hold that the city of Baltimore has been under because they've been living in Tennessee. It's finally coming to an end. And I believe there were even reports that Cal Ripken was on the part of the investment team. So he's kind of like our Magic Johnson, man on the scene there. This is great. This is great for the Baltimore Orioles because a Baltimore guy taking over the Baltimore Orioles has investments in the community. And the question is, are they going to raise payroll? Are they going to be able to basically spend more money in free agency? No, not give ridiculous contracts for the sake of just giving ridiculous contracts, but first paying your own homegrown, drafted, and developed guys, your Adley Rutschmans, your Gunnar Hendersons, eventually your Jackson Hollidays, your Grayson Rodriguez. Investing in that farm system and keeping guys, not only getting good guys, because Michael Elias is going to cook. He's going to do his thing, drafting and developing with Sig Mejdal and his team. They're going to draft, scout, develop well, even wherever they pick. Gunnar Henderson was the second round pick. They are going to do a great job with drafting, developing. Now we have to keep guys that we've seen guys either traded or not re-signed in free agency. You don't have to give guys ridiculous amounts of contracts. You don't have to give 300, 400 million, but you could spend, let's start with some multi-year deals. deals more than a year. You know what I mean? Let's try for 2, 3-year deals, maybe to spread the money out a little bit more. Maybe give them more on the front end and then on the back end a little less. Put a little bit more bark into the bite. We got a piece of the pie. We won the AL East. We saw that the Orioles are an ascending team, but they still are not ready yet. This year will be interesting to see. They won 101 games right now. I don't think they're going to win as many games, but less wins in the regular season could develop into potential deeper postseason success, longer postseason success. This sale will take a few months, but Cal Ripken Jr. is a part of the ownership group as well. So this is great news. I mean, we're getting guys involved that we love to see involved with the organization, that have wanted and do the best for the organization and want to see them succeed and bring us that World Series that we haven't had since 1983. I've never seen one in my lifetime. The Angelos took over when I was born. There were rumors they were going to try to move the team to Nashville. Thankfully, that's not going to happen. The Orioles will be here at least till 2039. Masson is included in the deal to transfer Rubenstein. Yep, so Rubenstein will be controlling Masson as well. Okay, interesting. Okay. That's a very, very good thing. Now we got to get some stadium upgrades. We got to develop and invest in the area surrounding Camden Yards. And then sound goes out. If you made it this far in the video, my sound went out, but they were trying to cut me off at Camden Yards. Basically, we got to invest in the area around Camden Yards. We got to invest in the area around Minty Bank Stadium, which we see the Ravens doing. Let's do something with the lots right there, A, B, and C. Let's build them up. Let's make them more attractive to the eye. Let's add attractions down there in that area. Ravens Walk, Orioles Walk to Camden Yards. Upgrade the scoreboard, upgrade the sound system, upgrade the seating options, upgrade even the concession options. And I know that Angelo said, well, if you want me to spend more money, that means I'm going to have to raise ticket prices and concession prices. You don't have to do that. You can be one of the more affordable ballparks. You're the standard of ballparks. You can be affordable with your concessions. Yeah, you may slightly raise ticket prices. I'm not saying you're not. It's inflation. Things happen. By the time you may add in a little bit, you don't have to take the whole pie. You can add in $5, $10 here, but it doesn't have to be hitting people over the head. Inflation is inflation. I understand you got to get your money, and that $5 or $10 is going to help me keep an Adley Rutschman, a Gunnar Henderson, and Jackson Holiday. Continue to invest in international scouting and development, the drafting department, getting good pieces to add in as good free agents, like we saw last season, with getting into Adam Frazier's, the Kyle Gibsons, the Aaron Hicks, veterans that have won at the highest level, infusing it with the young talent and developing a winning culture for the next foreseeable future. I think one thing the Orioles have an advantage of the Ravens is, and we can talk about this offseason, they are more built for consistent long-term success. Yes, the Ravens have Lamar, Harbaugh, guys like Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith, but you look at the Orioles with Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rutschman, and Jackson Holiday, those are going to be three of the best guys at their position and potential MVPs at every level. And Grayson Rodriguez, I think, is going to have a really breakout year this year. Guy I could think could win around 15 games potentially if he stays healthy. But we'll get into those predictions. And it's crazy because I was looking for some Orioles content. I was wondering, okay, when am I going to start leading up to some Orioles previews and predictions? And because we see that the Orioles are getting ready to have the movers come pick up their stuff and take it to spring training, which starts in 2 weeks. Can't believe it. It's almost time for baseball again. But the Orioles sold to David Rubenstein and his group for $1.725 billion. Oh my goodness. What an amount. What an amount of money. Hey man, send free stuff. That's all I can say. Send free stuff for us. Let us know if we can, here at the Flex Zone 1, can help you out. Or you know what I mean? Do anything with the Orioles. We definitely would love to support what you got going on. The Angelos is having a wherewithal just to not be so selfish to hold on to the team. And not saying they were going to sabotage it, but a lot of questions about them getting into someone who is local. So it's great to see. It's great to see. And I'm happy that we're going to see some change potentially. And it won't be, I think, drastic immediately because when you have new ownership, sometimes it may take a year or two. But if this is confirmed next week in Orlando and the Orioles are able to get the sale finalized, it could be finalized by mid-season, maybe All-Star break. end of the season. But we'll see. Sign off in the comments. Let me know, guys, what you want to see as far as the Orioles coming up this off season, big off season. It hasn't really been too drastic, full of moves, and I can get into that as well and really see what the Orioles look like. Because I do think they're going to lose more games this year, but hopefully deeper, more 16 playoff success. Hey, we do Orioles content throughout the year. I do Orioles post-game shows, previews, predictions, videos throughout the year, live streams. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Swing it, hit it out of the park, hit the subscribe button. Like us, leave us a like. Go ahead, leave us a like, and go ahead and hit that bell for all of our content. We do Orioles content, Ravens content, Maryland Terps, do a flagship podcast, wrestling, WWE, AEW. So let us know what you want to see on the channel. Sound off in the comment section. It is yours. We want to hear your thoughts on the Orioles sale. Are you happy that the Angelos are gone? Do you like the amount, $1.725 billion, after they bought it for $170 million? John Angelos, Peter Angelos, the Angelos family, they are getting ready to sell the Orioles, and we'll see if the payroll increases, if they keep some of their younger stars, if they make more splashes in free agency, if they continue to upgrade the stadium, the areas around the stadium, and what they do with their other facilities internationally, Sarasota, and just the organization as a whole. How is it run? Ticket prices go up. So we'll keep an eye on them. And we'll keep you posted on every step of the way with the sale, what's going on with it, when the board is approved. And as always, Flex on Podcast. Make sure you tap on with us, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell. Only place giving you that Orioles coverage how you want to when you need it. We'll keep you updated. As mentioned, Howard been part of the ownership group as well. So he'll be like our Magic Johnson. The man that put that smile on and has won with the Orioles to help us head and continue to head in the right direction. I'm signing off, guys. Thank you for watching. See you next time with more Orioles content as we get ready for the 2024 Major League Baseball season.